So I came across this video by this amazing scientist. I can't remember his name, of course, and I'll see if I can find the video. I didn't see it on TikTok. But he said that he basically asked, or what he started off saying is, the lines of longitude on the map. Longitude are the longer, on the long lines. They go from pole to pole, North Pole to South Pole. And he said that the lines of longitude are 15 degrees apart. Okay? And they're basically time zone lines. So basically, it's how we travel around the world and the time changes. And he said that well, what time is it at the poles? So I go to look for it. And I found something very interesting. So I'm going to just read it to you, and you can pretty much go look it up for yourself. So the lines of longitude, basically, they connect at the North Pole and the South Pole. At the poles, at the North Pole, there is no time, okay? And basically, it's based on whoever's visiting the pole, what time they're following. I guess basically on their watches, on their, whatever equipment they have or whatever, but there's no time. Okay, remember that. And it's probably going by the closest poles that are around, like the poles that hold the 5G and your phone lines, and how you get Wi-Fi and all kind of stations. So wherever you're tuning into. The South Pole normally takes on the time of like New Zealand or whoever is visiting the South Pole. Okay, so that's the first thing. So if the longitude lines are basically timelines, okay? And they go from pole to pole, so up and down. The longitude lines are not something that the earth created. It's something that man created. It is a function of time. It is a component of time. It is a construct of time. So longitude lines were actually created. They're imaginary lines, but they're lines that are used to basically measure the distance from east to west from the prime meridian. So basically, time zones were created to make life more convenient. So to give it some structure, because that's what constructs normally do. And so basically, time zones, they align with local solar time. So there are groups of states and different places that agree to hold the same time, which makes it a time zone. And there's a global time map. So it's a time zone map. And they basically, your phones, your computers, other electronics, they basically use a time server or databases that kind of keep everything flowing in this 24-hour increment of time flow. So when we have shifts in nature, right? So seconds, hours, seasonal changes, even nature shifts, daylight saving time or rolling the clock back. It is to make up for it's caused the effect of time, days being longer or days being shorter, which means that the whole entire system that reflects time, even with the summer solstice, the winter solstice, how the seasons come in, calendars, all of these things were given a label and given a name and are also given a definition to hold it in place. So it's basically a set of systems that have been put in place to allow humans to run on a certain rhythm, a certain time clock. And with that, with that being more convenient, it makes humans more controllable. It allows time to lead and guide people who are more automated in their daily lives, especially if you are part of certain types of systems, if you have the same job, if you do the same things every day. Like this repetitious sequence of things keeps you in the loop of the time constructs. Like we use them as measurements. So technically, it's all math. It's all physics. And it's all man-made.